A very good evening to you all. I, tech entrepreneur Mamta Bakliwal, committee member Ficky Flow, welcomes you all to yet another empowering session of She the Boss, a concept which is really very close to my heart. Really, when women support each other, incredible things happen. Michelle Obama rightly says there is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. Today, we have four such accomplished flow women amongst us who are women of substance, and being enterprising is their way of life. They have diverse skills, knowledge, and talents, but total commitment and passion is their common denominator. They are visionaries, incredible moms, and are making a real positive difference in the society. I am privileged to introduce you to the vision of such enterprising women, Shreya Maheshwari, Vandana Rathi, Dr. Preeti Ladda, and Runjun Goyal.
Hi.
I would like to quote Steve Jobs, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." These women do everything with their heart and soul, and that is why they are so good at what they do. I really look forward to hearing about you. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mamta. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Let's start with Shreya Maheshwari. Shreya Maheshwari is the founder of Mind Mantra Wellness Center and is a meditation expert and a relationship counselor. She has a strong sense of compassion and commitment towards helping people. She has worked with underprivileged schools and counseled over 500 kids and adults in various phases of life. She has taken multiple sessions pan-India on happiness, spreading positivity, mental wellness, including very empowering ones at our own Ficky Flow, Indore and Luke Catino Center too. Her motto is to make the world a better place to live in. Very noble thought, Shreya. Shreya, see, in today's pandemic, mental health and mental wellness and meditation is really the need of the hour, right? I would like to know what made you focus on meditation and take that up as a career too.
Uh, yes, Mamta, first of all, thank you so much for this beautiful introduction. And I would like to thank Ria and the team at Ficky Flow for such a wonderful initiative. Mamta, as you rightly said, meditation is the food for the mind, body, and the soul. And this pandemic actually calls for meditation so that your stress factors are lowered. So living in the moment, relishing it and cherishing it is my therapy in life. People are usually in the thoughts of the past or the tension of the future. They're never in the current moment. The power of now is the meditative state. And stress is such a factor which is affecting all of us. And we are inviting so many diseases through stress. So meditation again is the cure for stress. Since childhood, Mamta, I've seen my dad meditating a lot, but I was never very serious about it. You know how children are. And then as in when I was growing up and I started meditating, and when I saw the miraculous effects of it, this actually pushed me and motivated me to take this as my career. So 6 years back, I entered into the stream and opened up a Mind Mantra Wellness Center. So now how does meditation affect on you? Meditation is a journey which takes you on an infinite path. It connects you from within. It connects you to the oneness of yourself. It connects you to a higher soul. And it makes you realize that God dwells within you as you. It takes you from heaviness to lightness, from darkness to lightness, from the complexity of the mind to the simplicity of the heart, from selfishness to selflessness, from a reactive mind to a responsive heart, actually. And in easy language, I would say meditation is like fasting for the mind. It clears your mental digestive tract. And it's like a mental gym, you know. It's really good for the mind. So yes, what a mind needs for permanence in the end. And meditation can actually give you that permanence. So what we do at our center is we take therapies, and we have trained many students for meditation, which has helped them for a very balanced life. And yes, I love my job. I love what I do, because that also keeps me in a happy state of mind always. So that's it, Mamta.
Yeah, Shreya, really, it's really I can say that peace really comes from within within, and you cannot look for it outside. Very true. And yes, stress is such a big factor today that it really needs to be moved out, and we have to move ahead and meditate is really the need. So now I move on to Dr. Preeti Ladda. Hi,
Yeah.
Preeti. She
Hi,
is
hi,
a
Mamta.
Hi. She is a dentist by profession, a marathoner by passion, and a mother by choice. Cosmetic dentistry is her area of interest and has been practicing since last 25 years. She believes that dentistry is not only about managing severe pain, which every one of us is afraid of, but also about developing confidence in a person by changing their smiles. She has conducted various dental camps in prominent schools of Indore and has been imparting dental education through lectures via NGOs. Her motto is to give her patients the smile they dream of. Wow. You know, Preeti, the concept of smile designing really takes away the fear of meeting a dentist. Otherwise, everyone is so afraid of a dentist.
Yes,
What
that's
really
very true.
made you? Yeah, we can ask Shreya about that because she is
Yeah.
really planning to go to a dentist now.
Yeah.
Very right. It's so scary, I will say. My God, my heart is thumping, right now.
What made you choose smile designing, and what other areas do you specialize in?
Yeah. Thank you, Mamta, for the lovely introduction. And thank you, Ria and Fiki Flo, for giving us this platform to showcase our expertise. Smile is one of the strongest expression of emotion that a person can have. A vibrant smile is a great asset, which changes the way world looks at you, perceives you. So designing a smile requires expansive aesthetic and technical skills. And since I have worked with some of the great aesthetic dentists of the country who taught me the art and technique for the same, I was always inclined for smile designing right from the beginning. It is also the joy of changing someone's life by giving them the confidence back to smile. So all these factors inclined me to perceive smile designing as my area of passion. Along with smile designing, it is very important in my profession that I include other areas of technology, the latest trends. So dental implants, invisible braces, digital smile, digital impressions, and teeth whitening are some of the areas which we incorporate in our dental practice. These are the latest trends which we incorporate in our practice. Now, teeth whitening is done by Zoom bleaching. The Zoom in-office whitening system is a revolutionary tooth whitening procedure. It is safe, it's effective, and it's relatively painless. Also, so this Zoom whitening is one of the most advanced forms for tooth whitening. Other than that, there are lasers. Lasers is used in dentistry to reduce pain in root canals, to reduce bleeding in gum surgeries, and also to reduce post-operative hypersensitivity. So you see, all in all, dentistry is a very fulfilling, on the personal level, it's a very fulfilling career. And when I see the smiles of my happy patient, their happiness, that is truly a reward for me. So that is it, Mamta.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Preeti. Like really, I can say, uh, upon hearing you, dentist is really a doctor, an engineer, and an artist because you do all these technology as well as beautify the smiles.
That is
So
so true.
yes,
That is so
keep
true. Thank
smiling
you.
always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I move on to you, Runjun. She is a young budding edupreneur. Runjun is director of New Greenfield Public Academy, co-founder of Greenfield Institute of Teachers Training, and academic head of New Greenfield High School. She is also an early childhood care and education qualified trainer. Wow, amazing credentials you have, Runjun.
Thank you.
She has been working on women empowerment since last 3 years by educating women who want to restart after their breaks. Her motto in life is to make women independent. Runjun, see, you are the founder of Teachers Training Institute. What really inspired you to start this institute, and how is it different from the others, and what is your USP?
Okay, so lot many questions, but I'll answer it one by one.
Yeah, sure. Sorry if I have added a lot of questions to you.
It's okay. Firstly, why I started this Greenfield Institute of Teachers Training, right? So I started my career as a trainer. I used to work. So when I saw the teaching atmosphere amongst the ladies and other teachers, I thought they lack some techniques on how to teach a child. Now, A for apple and a B for ball is not the same thing you have to teach. You have to teach them with different techniques, practical learning. Now kids are different, right? And so I thought, let's start with this. And one more thing, if you don't have time or money to spend in B.Ed, if you don't have that much time, so this course what I am providing is diploma in child psychology, and this is a 1 year and a 2 year diploma course. So with this diploma course you can kickstart your career as a teacher. Okay, and with the addition of this regular course, what our institute is providing is we provide you abacus trainings, communication skills training. This is apart from that, so that you become a successful teacher. Not only getting qualified as a teacher is not the thing you want in these days. You want to be an extra smart now in front of students also. So this is the thing that made me start this. So what is the USP of our institute? Your second question. So first of all, I'd like to mention a track record. That is, we have been giving 100% placement since the inception of this institute. Although our teachers stand out, they are different from whatever the market is providing. Plus, we have got a 30 years experience. Our two other MP board and CBSE school is giving us a managerial and expertise knowledge also. So we know how the teacher should be. Right. So I thought, let's use this expertise knowledge and go with training the ladies, because we have seen that you have already mentioned in my bio that I'm into women empowerment also. So I've seen few of the ladies due to due to marriage or something, they stop their career and they again want to start as a professional. So this is the thing. And one more thing that again I want to tell about the USP, that if you are teaching a topic, suppose I have taught you in child psychology that how to tackle a crying child. So our next day only we'll be producing you in the front of 20 students or so, and with our two of the traders, and the same day you can do practically. So this makes a difference. This makes our candidates stand out of this. If you want to be an NGO into a social worker also, so you can do this kind of course. And again, if you want to be a publisher, you want to write a books with Montessori books also, so you can go with this course. So this is all about the Teachers Training Institute.
Yeah. Really, like as you said, teachers help tiny seeds grow into mighty trees, right? And yeah, and you are doing such noble work for women who really want to make a comeback, that I'm sure the comeback is going to be stronger than the setback that was there.
I have faced it, and that's why I am now more into this women empowerment. I took a break, and now of 6 months only, I cannot stay away from my work. So it is really a stronger comeback.
Yeah. We now have Vandana Rathi, Director Kimaya Creations. She began her quest for fashion at a tender age of 18. She completed her degree in fashion from International School of Fashion Design, Delhi. She trained under the tutelage of designers like Anju Modi, Sharad Mathur, and even Anamika Khanna was a classmate. Wow. Her designs range from everyday luxury defined by an intense connection with comfort and style to opulent wedding trousseau masterpieces. Having won many awards, she still feels her real reward is a smile on the clients' faces, which her outfits bring. Wow, herein we have everyone who's working on smiles. I know everyone. Yeah. Vandana believes in the mantra of less is more. Vandana, your exquisite designs are really the talk of the town. Can you describe your journey of the brand Kimaya from a small garage, you said, to where you are today, a renowned figure? Yeah.
First of all, Mamta, thanks for your kind word. I'm really humbled. And I also would like to thank Ria and Fiki Flow team members for this wonderfully empowering platform. My fashion journey started, as you said, when I was 18. It was me and two of my friends. We decided to design some outfits. There were like 100 of them, and decided to have a garage sale. That time there were no social media, nothing. It was just mouth to mouth publicity. So this event met with a huge success. Like 80% of the stuff was sold in 2 days. So we were really motivated. We were really motivated, and my future career was decided then only. So after I finished my graduation in fashion, I was fortunate enough to train under some of the most experienced designers of the country. That's Anju Modi ma'am in Delhi. And my brush with fashion in Indore started 18 years back when I started this in a small garage of my house with one master and one tailor. And very soon, people of Indore, they started accepting my design. They started loving it. So what started as a hobby turned into a full-fledged business venture. And here I am. The journey is still on. And I feel my best is still yet to come. Every day there is a new learning, new awakening, and still waiting for my best to come. That's it.
Wow, great. Really, dressing is the way of life. And you really, we look forward to visiting your stores once the lockdown is over and again venturing into new fashion that you would
You all are
obviously
most welcome, dear. Most
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. So now, like we have changed the format a little. We now move on to our next round, wherein we will get to know you as people and other variations more, right? So now, first, I'm going to shoot at Preeti. Preeti,
Yeah.
you are a seasoned marathoner. Did you? We didn't know that. I didn't know that basically. Can you tell us more about it?
Mamta, I got into running 4 to 5 years back as a hobby. I just thought ki come like many people are running, so even we start running. But somehow I got hooked to it, and the main thing what I like about running is it makes you mentally stronger. So the immense mental strength which running gives you, really, that is something which I really look up to. And marathons, yes, we go to various places, we visit new places, we go run there, and it is undoubtedly a very good experience. It's like a holiday, and it's like it's like health and holiday, both together. So that is what marathon and the running is all about. And
Oh,
this
but
is a
you did
real.
not tell that you were a podium finisher.
Yeah, then 10 kilometers in two of the marathon, 10 kilometer. In one, I was the first, and in one, I was the second. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, Preeti, how would you describe yourself as a person?
As a person, Mamta, I would call myself more of a spiritual person, and who really believes into karma. And I very strongly believe that whatever you say or you do definitely comes back to you. So that is basically what I believe in. Yeah.
This session, we have a lot of people with spiritual,
Yeah.
who are spiritual as well as who believe in smiles. Great, great. Yeah.
All
Vandana.
positivity around.
Yeah. So all positive energy coming
Yes,
in.
positive vibes, yes.
Yeah. Vandana, what do you really think about India's rich cultural heritage? Because now with the National Handloom Day, what do you really think about India's rich cultural heritage?
Mamta, what I feel, our country, we are really blessed to have such a rich cultural heritage. and we are actually very ignorant if we ignore these things. It's very hard to ignore, but really the today's youth, sometimes I really get concerned about them, because we as this generation, we are constantly, wanting them to understand the heritage. We're always preaching them something or the other about the heritage. But as a result of this westernization, I feel the youth is going a little far away from our heritage. So we, as this generation, I feel it is our responsibility to teach them the importance of this heritage, and this heritage includes fashion as well. Fashion, if I come to this fashion particularly, in specification with fashion, which I'm supposed to talk about, our fashion is, I think, thousands of years old. And like the same thing keeps on coming back again and again. What my grandmother wore in her wedding, I feel it's the same thing. It's still relevant in today's fashion as well. We are doing the same things, recycling in some new avatar. So I feel fashion comes back again and again, and we should not forget our rich culture, heritage, and always stick to it. It's always classy, always good, and always evergreen.
Yeah, very true. Vandana, besides designing gorgeous outfits, what are your other hobbies?
I'm quite crazy about music. In fact, crazy would be an understatement. I'm quite, I have studied music also a lot. I have done my master's in music. That's after I had my second child. After that, I decided to do this master's in music. And luckily, I got a gold medal also in this. So, so whenever I find time from this tasking profession of being a fashion designer, I try to dig in music and get some spiritual connect.
Wow, really spirituality around. I need to repeat that again. Yeah. I move on to the next person. Again, Shreya. Shreya, who do you look upon as your spiritual guru?
I look upon my dad as my spiritual guru. I look upon Rangarajan Mahitriya. I follow the infinitism path, and Sister B.K. Shivani. I really follow them a lot, and they give lots of insights and lots of, spirituality and happiness in my life, for a very balanced and a wonderful life.
Now, see, Shreya, your Love Your Zindagi program is quite popular. Can you just elaborate on that?
Yes, see, Love You Zindagi, as the name states, it's like falling in love with your life, with yourself. This is a program for your mental well-being, in which we work with therapies for positivity, happiness, and to live a very balanced life. We have beautiful therapies like meditation therapies, gratitude therapies, and therapies in falling with love in yourself. This program, it aligns your body, mind, and soul. It's a 1-year program, and we already had 2 seasons of it, and this is the 3rd season we began. And this year we could go online because it's a virtual year, so we have people connected from all across India, and that's really awesome to see happiness and smiles in the faces of so many. And when you just look at the results coming out from people, you feel really, really so happy and overwhelming that you again and again fall in love with your job, yourself, and everything around. So that's falling in love with everything around. That's about Love You Zindagi. That's one of
Sure,
my
I guess that is really a good program in these times, really. Yeah, Runjun, now I move on to you. Runjun, with COVID, how have you ensured that the kids look forward to the school sessions? Because it's very difficult to get kids to the school sessions. So how do you do that?
That's one of the interesting question I have been dealing since last 4 months. I love this
Yeah.
question now.
No.
So I want to tell you the difference between online classes and offline classes. Majorly, you must have all your kids studying in schools, and we have got doubts from the parents as well as from the teachers also. So I would like to mention all the positive points, how the COVID has been a boon for every teacher and every student also. So firstly, it's like whenever you are into a physical class, you have to take the students to a science lab or a geography lab, and it takes time, right? You have to take all the students, and then you have to make them sit. Now in online classes, it is just a single click. You can go to the museums. You can my students are now taking a virtual tour daily. Social science students are going to varied places. They are roaming around. We have got science students who can do any kind of digestive system or any kind of practical in front of a single system only. So this is getting very easier for students as well as teachers. So we are taking as a boon. And I would also like to mention the parents used to communicate with the kids, with the teachers only in the PTM. Now you can talk to the teacher daily. My teachers are now, we have allotted a time, and now parents are into one-to-one communication. So this is bringing major development in the child. So let's not talk about negative, let's talk about the positive of COVID. Definitely my teachers, my kids are enjoying it, and even we as an admin department, we are also loving it. This is all, this COVID has really taught us new things. We are now adjusting to new normal now.
Yeah, very true. I also really, educators are always innovators. So you find out new ways. Yeah.
Definitely.
Runjun,
Yeah.
you know, you told me you have a small baby, and we would all love to know how you balance the role of a young mom and an educator, because you are the youngest.
I know I am the youngest, and even I started just after my college. It was not only because this is, I started as a rookie. I started as a trainee somewhere else into, I was in Bombay, then I came back. Then I have to prove myself that I am a good, I am eligible for this. So managing my daughter, coming to that question, it's all because of the family. It's my husband, it's my mother-in-law. They are managing. I don't have a house help or any kind of maid for her. So it is all my family is getting helping me around. So even I work with my father, so he's always guiding me that Runjun, you should leave now, your daughter must be crying. But no, touch wood, my daughter, she's used to it now. She knows mama will come by this. I have to keep quiet and I have to have my own food. So I am into new parenting, I teach parenting, so I'm applying it on my own now, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, all working moms go through this phase, and really everyone, or each one of us has gone through this phase, really. Yeah. See, so I would like to now tell that really compassion, confidence, zeal to excel, business acumen, and intelligence define the new woman. These enterprising women believe that there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Success does not come from what you do occasionally, but it comes from what you do consistently. I'm sure your inspiring journeys will be a great motivation for all our viewers today, and would trigger all of us flow members to set the benchmarks higher for ourselves. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Mamta.
Thank you, Mamta.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Enjoyed this
Yeah,
session.
yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Mamta ji.
Awesome
Thank
session.
you so much.
Yeah, wonderful.
Really enjoyed being here. Yeah.
Yeah, now let's stay tuned for the next session of She the Boss, as well as the Independence Week. Thank you so much. And thank you all the viewers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.